Have you ever noticed how a single trip to the bathroom at night can steal hours of rest from you? Some people wake up 2 or even 3 times around 2 a.m., and by morning they feel heavy, foggy, and completely drained. The shocking truth is, it's often not because your bladder is full. It's because your brain is receiving a false alarm, a signal that tricks you into waking up. So how do we quiet that alarm? The answer isn't always medication or cutting back water until you're thirsty. There's a natural method that takes just 3 minutes before bed, and it comes from a point on your body, only a few centimeters below your belly button. In traditional medicine, it's called Guan Yuan or Zhongji. By gently pressing and making soft circles on this spot, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body that says it's safe to rest now. Your bladder calms down, your body relaxes, and you have a much better chance of sleeping through the night. I've seen people who tried this for a week go from waking 3 times a night to sleeping almost 6 hours straight. Imagine how different your mornings would feel with that kind of rest. Now I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from, and what time is it right now? Share your answer in the comments below. What if I told you that every nightly trip to the bathroom isn't just stealing your comfort? It could be silently robbing you of up to 90 minutes of the deep sleep your body desperately needs to stay young and healthy. Waking up once or twice in the middle of the night might not sound like a big deal. Many people over 60 accept it as a normal part of aging. But here's the truth. More than 60% of older adults suffer from chronic nighttime urination, and each awakening does far more damage than most realize. Think about it. Each time you wake up, it can take 20 to 30 minutes to fall back asleep. If you get up 2 or 3 times, that adds up to nearly 90 minutes of lost deep sleep. That's not just tossing and turning. That's 90 minutes stolen from the very stage of sleep that repairs your body, strengthens your memory, and restores your energy. Deep sleep is when your brain releases melatonin and leptin, hormones that regulate sleep cycles and hunger. When deep sleep is cut short, these hormones drop. At the same time, your stress hormone, cortisol, rises, pushing up blood sugar, raising blood pressure, and straining your heart. Over time, this hormonal imbalance increases the risk of insulin resistance, weakens your immune defenses, and even accelerates aging inside the brain cells. The effects are felt every morning: backaches, heavy heads, cloudy thinking, and that feeling of dragging your body through the day. All are signs that your nights are failing to recharge you. What seems like just a bathroom break is actually a chain reaction harming nearly every system in the body. Let me share a story. Helen, a 70-year-old grandmother, thought her nightly trips to the bathroom were harmless. She would wake up around 2 a.m., then again around 4 a.m., and finally drift back to sleep just before sunrise. "I thought it was normal," she said. "Everyone my age talks about it." But each morning, she woke up with a stiff back and a pounding head. She forgot small things, like where she left her keys, and needed naps to get through the day. Her doctor noticed her blood pressure creeping higher, and blood tests showed elevated sugar levels. The real issue wasn't her bladder. It was the sleep she was losing. When Helen finally learned that these awakenings were draining almost an hour and a half of her deep sleep every night, she was shocked. "No wonder I feel so old," she admitted. "I wasn't giving my body a chance to heal." Her story is not unusual. Across the world, countless people silently endure nighttime urination, never realizing the hidden cost. It's not simply about inconvenience. It's about what broken sleep is doing to your hormones, your heart, your brain, and your overall health. So the next time you brush off those nightly awakenings as just part of getting older, remember, each lost minute of deep sleep adds up. And over weeks, months, and years, the price can be far greater than you imagine. If losing deep sleep at night is this harmful, the real question becomes, how can we stop these false alarms from the bladder and finally let our body rest? The answer lies in a simple, gentle technique that works with your nervous system, not against it. Now that we understand how harmful nighttime awakenings can be, the question is, how do we stop them? The key lies in calming the false alarms coming from your bladder. And the surprising solution doesn't require new medication or extreme lifestyle changes. Instead, it comes from working with your body's own built-in relaxation system, the parasympathetic nervous system. Think of your body as having two switches. One is the fight or flight mode. This is when your body stays alert, your heart beats faster, and your bladder feels restless, even if it isn't full. The other is the rest and digest mode. This is when your body slows down, repairs itself, and allows the bladder to relax. Nighttime urination often happens because the first switch gets stuck on. The goal is to gently flip it back to rest mode. That's where a simple massage technique comes in. There is a special point just a few centimeters below your belly button, known in traditional medicine as Guan Yuan or Zhongji. This point is directly connected with nerve pathways that influence the bladder. By gently pressing and making slow circles here, you send calming signals through your parasympathetic system. The result? Your bladder muscle loosens, those false alarms fade, and your body is free to sink into deeper sleep. The best part is how simple this practice is. Here's how you do it. Sit comfortably or lie on your back. Warm your hands by rubbing them together. Place 3 fingers horizontally below your navel. Where your third finger rests is the spot. Place your palm or fingertips there and begin making gentle circular motions. 1 slow circle per second is enough. Keep the pressure light, just enough to move the skin, not enough to cause pain. Continue for 3 minutes while breathing slowly and deeply. It may feel simple, but behind this action is a powerful chain reaction inside your body. As you massage, your nervous system shifts gears. Your heartbeat slows, your blood pressure lowers slightly, and your bladder receives the message, "It's safe, you can rest." Let me share a story. Robert, a 69-year-old former bus driver, had been waking up 3 times every night for years. He tried cutting back on tea, avoiding water in the evening, and even sleeping in a recliner. But nothing worked. His nights were broken, and his mornings were filled with exhaustion. When a friend told him about this message, he laughed. 3 minutes of rubbing my stomach? That won't fix my bladder. But out of curiosity, he tried it. The first night he still woke up twice, but noticed he fell back asleep faster. By the 4th night, he woke only once. And by the end of 2 weeks, Robert was sleeping nearly 6 hours straight. He said, "It felt like someone finally turned off the alarm inside my body." Robert's experience isn't unusual. Many people who practice this consistently notice real change. It doesn't happen overnight for everyone, but within 10 to 14 days, the body begins to respond. The beauty of this method is that it's natural, safe, and free. No side effects, no risk, just your own hands and a few quiet minutes before bed. So the next time you prepare for sleep, remember, 3 fingers below the navel, gentle circles, 3 minutes. It may seem small, but it can help silence the nightly alarms and give you back the deep rest your body has been craving. We've talked about how this simple massage can calm the bladder and help you sleep better. But you might be wondering, does science actually support this? Or is it just another folk remedy? The good news is, modern research has put this technique to the test, and the results are remarkable. For many years, nighttime urination was seen as something people just had to accept with age. Doctors often prescribed medication, but these drugs can come with side effects like dizziness, confusion, and dry mouth, especially dangerous for older adults. That's why researchers around the world began to explore whether natural, low-risk methods could help. And what they discovered was surprising. A simple massage below the belly button really does make a difference. At Gashon University in South Korea, researchers conducted a study with 57 older adults who struggled with waking up multiple times a night to urinate. The participants were divided into 2 groups. One group massaged the guanyuan point for 3 minutes before bed each night, while the other group did nothing different. After just 2 weeks, the massage group reported a 32% reduction in nighttime bathroom trips. For many, this meant going from 3 awakenings down to just 1 or 2. Even more importantly, participants said they were able to fall back asleep faster, and their mornings felt clearer and more energized. Meanwhile, scientists at Kyushu University in Japan measured brain and bladder activity during this kind of abdominal massage. Using EEG scans and bladder muscle monitoring, they discovered that gentle circular massage stimulated the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode. Heart rate slowed, blood pressure dropped slightly, and bladder contractions were reduced. In other words, the body was shifting naturally into a calmer state, exactly the environment needed for deep, restorative sleep. A larger study at the Nanjing Institute in China followed 80 older adults for 4 weeks. Those who practiced nightly massage of the guanyuan point experienced an average increase of 22 minutes in deep N3 sleep, measured with home sleep monitoring devices. This stage of sleep is critical for memory consolidation, cell repair, and immune function. For participants, it wasn't just about fewer bathroom trips. It was about finally getting the healing rest their bodies had been missing. Even outside of Asia, integrative health centers are taking note. The Mayo Clinic in the United States, known worldwide for its research and medical excellence, has listed abdominal massage as a supportive therapy for overactive bladder. For older adults, this is especially significant since many medications carry risks of confusion or falls. A simple, drug-free option offers hope without the dangers. Let me share Margaret's story. Margaret, a 72-year-old retired nurse from Florida, had been struggling with nighttime urination for nearly 5 years. She would wake up 3 to 4 times a night. "I just thought it was part of getting older," she said. "But every morning I felt like I hadn't slept at all." Her doctor ruled out major kidney issues and suggested cutting back on fluids, but nothing changed. Margaret avoided drinking water after 6 p.m., even skipped her evening tea, but the awakenings continued. She felt hopeless. One evening, her granddaughter showed her an article about the guanyuan massage. At first, Margaret was skeptical. "I've been a nurse my whole life," she laughed, "and I never learned about belly rubbing as a treatment." But she decided to try. On the first night, she noticed something subtle. Although she still woke up twice, she fell back asleep more quickly. By the 4th night, She woke only once. By the end of the week, she managed almost 6 hours of continuous sleep. For the first time in years, she woke feeling rested. "I cried," she admitted, "because I didn't realize how much I had missed real sleep." After a month, Margaret's blood pressure readings had improved, her morning headaches disappeared, and her energy during the day was noticeably higher. Her doctor was surprised. "Whatever you're doing, keep it up." For Margaret, the nightly 3-minute massage became as routine as brushing her teeth. Why this matters. Why this matters, what makes Margaret's story so powerful, is that it mirrors what research is showing. This technique is not magic, it's biology. When you massage the point under your navel, you're engaging nerve pathways that influence bladder control. You're helping your nervous system shift gears from stress to rest. And because it's simple, safe, and free, it's accessible to anyone. You don't need special equipment, expensive supplements, or complicated routines. Just your own hand, a few minutes, and the willingness to be consistent. Of course, results vary. Some people notice improvement in a few days, while others may need 2 weeks or more. But science and real-life experience both point to the same conclusion. This gentle massage can reduce nighttime awakenings, restore deep sleep, and improve overall health. So, when someone tells you that waking up at night is just part of aging, remember, science says otherwise. With just 3 minutes a night, you may be able to quiet those false alarms, protect your deep sleep, and reclaim the energy you thought was lost forever. By now, you may be thinking, "This sounds so simple. Why not start tonight?" And yes, it is simple. But like any health practice, there are a few important things to know before you begin. Following these tips can make the difference between giving up too soon and truly experiencing the life-changing benefits. The massage technique we've been discussing may only take 3 minutes, but the way you approach it matters. Think of it like planting a seed. If you give it the right conditions, sunlight, water, and patience, it grows strong. If not, it withers. The same is true here. When you apply the massage correctly, consistently, and with the right mindset, you give your body the best chance to respond. 1. Don't do it immediately after eating. One of the most common mistakes is trying the massage right after a heavy dinner. Your stomach is busy digesting, your abdomen may feel full, and pressing the area can cause discomfort. Always give your body at least 30 to 60 minutes after a meal before starting. Think of it as giving your digestive system time to settle before asking your nervous system to shift into rest mode. 2. Consistency is key. This is not a one-night miracle. For some, small improvements appear within days. For others, it may take 10 to 14 nights before real change is felt. That's why it's so important to commit. Make it part of your bedtime ritual, like brushing your teeth or turning off the lights. Those 3 quiet minutes, night after night, are what create lasting results. 3. Use gentle pressure. Less is more. Another mistake is pressing too hard, thinking stronger means better. But this point under your navel is not a muscle you're trying to knead. It's a nerve-rich area that responds best to softness. The goal is to move the skin and underlying tissue in slow, soothing circles, not to dig deep. Imagine you're calming a restless child. Gentle, steady, and patient touches work far better than force. 4. Breathe with the movement. Pairing your massage with slow breathing is like doubling its power. Inhale deeply through your nose, then exhale slowly through your mouth, letting your shoulders drop. With every breath, your parasympathetic system activates further, telling your heart to slow and your bladder to relax. Without the breathing, you might still see some benefit, but with it, you create a full body signal of safety and rest. 5. Create a calming bedtime environment. The massage works best in a quiet, relaxed setting. Dim the lights, turn off your phone, and give yourself permission to wind down. Some people like to play soft music, others prefer silence. What matters is that you allow your mind to let go of the day. The massage is not just a physical act, it's a mental ritual that prepares your whole system for sleep. 6. Be patient with yourself. It can be frustrating to try something new and not see immediate results. Remember, your body has been stuck in a pattern for years, maybe decades. It may take time for your nervous system to relearn how to stay calm at night. Don't give up after 3 nights. Think of it as retraining your body, and every night you practice, you're moving closer to balance. A real-life example, John's journey. John, a 74-year-old retired engineer, was skeptical. 3 minutes of belly massage isn't going to change my bladder, he said. But after hearing about the science, he decided to give it a fair try. The first week was tough. He admitted, "I almost quit because nothing seemed different." But his wife encouraged him to stick with it. By the 10th night, he noticed he was falling back asleep faster after his usual bathroom break. By the 14th night, he woke only once. After a month, John was regularly sleeping 5 to 6 hours straight. What made the difference? Patience, consistency, and following the guidelines. He avoided doing it right after dinner, kept his hands warm, breathed slowly, and treated it as a nightly ritual. Now, John said with a smile, "It feels as natural as saying good night. I don't even think about it. It's just part of who I am." Why these notes matter? When people dismiss natural methods, it's often because they tried once or twice, saw no change, and quit. But true healing is not instant. It's a process. Just as exercise strengthens your muscles gradually, or a garden grows little by little, this massage builds its effects over time. By respecting these notes, waiting after meals, practicing gently, breathing deeply, staying consistent, you set yourself up for success. And success here means more than just fewer bathroom trips. It means deeper sleep, clearer mornings, better energy, and the freedom to live your days fully, without the fog of exhaustion. So as you begin this practice, remember, it's not about perfection. It's about creating a small, nightly habit that helps your body shift from stress to rest. Be gentle, be patient, and give yourself the gift of time. In the end, those 3 quiet minutes before bed may transform not just your nights, but your life. We've explored the harms of nighttime awakenings, the science behind the massage, and the key tips for success. But now comes the most important part, the decision. Because all this knowledge means little unless you take that first small step to change your nights and your life. Here's the truth. Waking up at night is not a life sentence of aging. It is not something you just have to accept. Yes, it's common, but common does not mean normal. Your body is designed to rest deeply, to restore itself every night, no matter your age. And this simple 3-minute practice is a doorway back to that natural rhythm. But the choice is yours. Tonight, when you get ready for bed, you can do what you've always done, or you can try something different. You can spend 3 quiet minutes placing your hand below your navel, drawing gentle circles, breathing slowly, and giving your nervous system the signal. It's safe. You can rest. It might feel unusual at first. You might even laugh at yourself, wondering, can something this simple really work? But remember, countless people have asked the same question until they experience the difference for themselves. Take Maria's story, for example. She's 76 years old, living in Texas. For years, she dreaded nights because she knew she'd be up at least 3 times. I used to cry some mornings, she admitted, because I felt so weak. I was afraid I'd never feel rested again. Her daughter encouraged her to try the belly massage. At first, Maria resisted. "I've tried everything," she said. "This won't be different." But one night, she gave in. She rubbed the point below her navel, breathed slowly, and let herself relax. That night, she still woke up twice, but something was different. She went back to sleep within minutes. By the end of the week, she woke only once. By the end of the month, she had her first full night of uninterrupted sleep in years. Now, Maria calls it her evening prayer. She doesn't skip it, and every morning she wakes with more clarity, more strength, and more hope. This is what I want for you. Not just fewer trips to the bathroom, but better mornings, sharper memory, stronger immunity, and a body that feels alive again. So here is my call to you. Tonight, try it. 3 minutes. No special tools, no pills, just your own hand, your own breath, and the belief that your body is capable of healing. Do it consistently for at least 2 weeks, and watch what happens. And don't keep it to yourself. Share it. If you have friends, siblings, or parents who wake at night, tell them. This simple practice could change their lives, too. Sometimes the smallest acts bring the biggest transformations. Remember, aging is not about decline. It's about wisdom, patience, and learning new ways to care for yourself. You're not powerless. You're not stuck. Your body is waiting for you to give it permission to rest again. So tonight, take that step. And when you wake in the morning feeling more refreshed than you have in years, you'll know it was worth it. Now I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from? And what time is it right now? Share your answer in the comments. I'd love to know how far this message is reaching, and maybe your story will inspire someone else to begin their own journey. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want to leave you with a simple but powerful truth. You're not defined by your sleepless nights. Waking up 2, 3, even 4 times a night to use the bathroom may feel like an unavoidable part of getting older, but it doesn't have to be your story forever. Think about what we've uncovered. The problem often isn't that your bladder is overflowing. It's that your brain is being tricked by false signals, and the solution isn't found in a bottle of pills or in sacrificing your evening glass of water. Instead, it's hidden in the quiet strength of your own body. Just 3 minutes of gentle, mindful massage below your navel can help switch your nervous system into rest mode, calm those false alarms, and allow you to slip into the deep, restorative sleep your body craves. We've seen the science. Studies from Korea, Japan, China, and even the Mayo Clinic show that this practice reduces awakenings, lengthens deep sleep, and improves overall health. And we've heard the stories. Margaret, Robert, John, and Maria, ordinary people just like you, who found relief, energy, and hope through this simple nightly habit. Now it's your turn. Imagine waking up in the morning without that heavy fog in your head, without the backache or the exhaustion. Imagine having the energy to enjoy your day, the clarity to remember the little things, and the strength to live fully. That future is not a dream, it's a choice. And the choice is yours tonight. Will you give yourself 3 minutes to try? Will you allow your body the chance to heal, to rest, to restore? Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. Be patient. Be consistent. Treat this practice as a gift you give yourself every evening. Because every circle of your hand, every deep breath is an act of kindness toward your body. And over time, that kindness will return to you in the form of peaceful nights and vibrant mornings. So as you leave this video, I encourage you, don't just think about it. Do it. Try it tonight and keep going for at least 2 weeks. Share your journey in the comments, inspire others, and let's create a community of people who refuse to settle for broken sleep. Aging is not the end of vitality. It's a chance to discover new ways to care for yourself, to live with wisdom, and to enjoy life's simple joys. You are stronger than you think, and your body is more capable than you imagine. Thank you for spending this time with me. I truly hope this message brings you hope, relief, and a path back to the restful nights you deserve. And before you go, I'd love to know, where are you watching from, and what time is it right now? Leave your answer below, and let's see how far this message of healing can travel. Sleep well, my friends. Your best nights and your best days are still ahead of you.